Renee.
I'm Mr. Bailey.
And I'm Miss Cleveland.
Hey, y'all. But wait a minute. Why does this guy always change his name? I
don't know. I don't know which one to use. And I forgot which one I used last week. So
you're going to confuse the audience. They're going to keep thinking that you're a different person.
Well, different person, different day, right?
Identical twins.
I was gonna say, is he a Gemini? Because his personality changed every episode.
No, I'm a Cancer. I'm just going with the flow.
So what is our topic for today?
We already said it. It's entitlement.
Oh, we did?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I didn't get my coffee this morning.
I second that too.
Wow. Well, good thing I brought mine.
All right. So where are we at with entitlement? Because I know the holidays is coming. So why did we choose this topic?
I want to know how do kids feel that they, entitled? Where they come from? Why they feel like that? It
comes from the parent.
Yeah, it stems from the parent.
From what? Don't say spoiling them.
Yes, like somebody like Miss Cleveland, the spoiled
Don't say
parent.
spoiling them. It's got to be something else.
Dropping their children off after they didn't spoil them, never tell them no. That's entitlement. Then they come to school and then we have to deal with the behavior because we tell them no.
Actually, yeah, it's possible not to ever tell them no. Some parents do it. Some is very few, but some do it.
Can't you look at Miss Cleveland and tell she's one of those parents that never tell her kids no?
I do tell them no.
Miss Cleveland does.
I don't tell my grandson no, but
from what I heard about
my kids, I tell them no.
Yeah, what Miss Cleveland told me, yeah, she's not entitled parent. I mean, not.
She's direct with them.
Yeah, she's direct with them. She set goals for them to do at home and stuff like that. So
I actually finished my chore chart this weekend.
Oh, really?
See? That took me 25 years to do, but I did it.
Wait, what is that about? Tell us more.
Because I need to get into a routine. I am a very scheduled person. So if one little detail messes up my routine, I'm going to go crazy.
Okay.
And so if I have the kids do a certain routine, but when I'm not there, it's like they do whatever they want.
We're on.
And I come there like, what happened? Oh, well, daddy didn't make us do nothing or her sister didn't do nothing. I'm like, do mama do that? Do y'all do that when I'm here? I'm like, if I don't do it when I'm not here.
Wow.
Environment change.
So I'm like, let me get this board up because they all excited. And they be like, oh, look, mama, look, I did it. Okay, good job.
You get a gold star.
Yeah.
So that's what they need. They need a chart that they can oversee what's going on or what they need to do.
Yep.
Yeah, something like a.
I want to get some. I want to get the fake money to teach them about money from our past episodes.
Okay.
So they can learn how much is this and taxes and everything. I'm gonna do that next.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do because they don't teach that in school.
No, because my daughter, she went to the store and got, I think her stuff was like, what, $8 and some change? She said, oh, okay, here goes $8. I said, where's the rest of it? She was like, I don't have change. I said, but you have $1. Give me another $1. Why I gotta give him another $1? I only got, 7 things. It's tax.
Yep, tax, sales tax,
yeah,
tax.
They have to learn.
All those taxes.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, so I need to get this money so they can do it when I'm not there. Because if I go to this house again and something is out of my routine.
Yeah, someone's going to be in.
Miss Cleveland trying to act like she's strict. You are not strict,
I'm strict a little bit because when it don't, I'll just sit there and they'll be like, how come ain't nobody ate? Mom, it's 6 o'clock. Did anybody do their chores? I say, nope. Is your room clean? Nope. I say, well, I'm finna eat something. So they have to get on the routine. They getting a little too comfortable. I want them getting too comfortable.
So what happens when they are not on schedule or when they're not doing their routine? Like, do they still get cut some slack or are you kind of...
A little bit, but then, one of my other personalities come out.
What kind of penalty do they get?
I take away their electronics.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Or I take the remote for the TV. They like to carry the remote around. So can't nobody else turn the TV.
You see, I'll be one of the smart kids where I'll just learn how to change the channel without it.
I'll take the electronics. They can't do that.
No, well, I mean, like, the remote, you know how TV remote works on TV? I'll just learn how to do it without it at some point.
Yeah, no, they don't do that. They stuck on these electronics. So I take it away. My son, I take his cars and he go crazy.
Yeah.
He was saying, where my cars? Where my cars? Did you pick up your car at the floor? I say, every car I see on the floor, I'm taking.
Yeah, they're
He be
attached
like,
sometimes.
oh,
That's
yes,
it.
ma'am. And he'll go one at a time. And I just sit there like, okay, as long as you picked them up. Because if I keep seeing them on the floor, I'm going to throw them in the trash.
Oh. Yeah, you definitely gonna.
Strict. So then, what kind of advice do you have to parents who are not that strict? Or
I mean,
direct
I'm not
with their
that strict
parents?
because, like I said,
With their children.
I have my sisters that be saying, you need to whoop them or they, you let them do whatever they want. And I'm like, I don't see what y'all are seeing. To be honest, I don't. Maybe because I don't yell at them because I don't like raising my voice. So if I yell, then they know mommy is really upset. So if I have to yell,
They're like, run for the hills.
and I be like, how many times did I call you? I didn't hear you. Why is the door closed? I didn't hear you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I'm like, if I gotta yell, then that's a problem.
Well, I think that's a good household, huh?
Yeah.
No, because they still be running around getting on my nerves sometimes.
But I don't think they qualify for this topic.
Yeah,
The
you said she was
entitlement.
entitled.
Yeah.
No, my older kids do. My son, even though I have younger siblings, he will not offer any help at all. He'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll watch him. Can I get a frappe? Or what can I get out of it? Nothing. I'm not giving you anything. What are you talking about?
So he wants you to compensate him.
Yes, for helping out with the siblings.
So when he doesn't help out, if you don't compensate him, he doesn't help out. Do you still do for him?
No. Sometimes he'll come and he'll be like, oh, mama, can I go to the store? I don't have any cash. No, I'm tired. I have to, attend to my younger children now. Okay, but mama, I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay.
I tell him
So
no.
then, yeah, I think we need advice.
He feel too entitled. He be like, well, these ain't my kids, so I don't have to help.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to do anything. But you, as a mother, you supposed to, be there for me whenever I need you. I'm going to be there, but I'm not for to keep saying yes to everything. Like, he asked me, I think, the past 2 weeks, he was like, ooh, I want to do a date night with his girlfriend. But he wrecked his car. And I've been telling him for months, did you take your driving course? Did you do the test? You had no driver's license. So he finally passed it, but he ain't did the driving part yet. So he was like, ooh, can I see your car? I don't know what you do. No, you don't have a driver's license yet. Come on, mama. I'm going to tell you everywhere I'm going. What that mean? Y'all kids these days is crazy. I don't know where you going, what you doing. No, and then you with my car. So since you don't have driver's license, if something happened, that's fall on me.
So what if he helps you with the children, with the smaller children? Now you're obligated to help them.
Not really. Because then it's like a tit for tat. When you go out in the world, it don't work that way.
Yeah.
You can't only be nice to somebody if you think you're going to get something out of it. Like, no, that's not what I'm teaching you. You going into a young man. You need to be a man of your word. No, don't look for favors and hand-me-outs.
So how old is he?
He's 20.
Oh, he's 20. Okay.
But he used to me doing everything. I mean, at first, I didn't mind. Because he has a job, but I still get the deodorant, or if he needs socks or something like that. I still pretty much do everything.
So then that sounds like entitlement right there.
Yeah, I still do everything. So he got
Entitlement 101.
he got a little too used to.
So you're not the parent that say you're 18. Why are you still here? You need your own stuff. You're 20 years old. So
But
you
I'm
can stay however long.
No, but I'm encouraging him to learn how to manage his finances so he can get out. Because I would love to. I can't wait to be with just me and the little ones. The big ones is out doing their thing. See, because I have the little ones on routine. The big ones come, they mess up my routine.
But I think he's entitled because he's there. He's still your child, and you are still taking care of him at that age. So you really do have to provide for him since he's still there.
But he's 20. And then he's a young man. It's different for men and women.
But he's still there under your care, and you're still buying him.
I'm trying to stop. But it's like a routine. It's a habit.
Okay.
I'm used to being the one that pretty much makes sure everybody in the house have everything. God hate lies. You just want me to. I mean, people need to be honest in their situation. That's the only way we can help people.
Yeah.
We can't help them if they don't want to tell us nothing.
Yeah, you gotta announce it and then see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Can't just hope for the best. You gotta seek the help to get the help.
How did that work with you? With your parents?
My parents, I help my parents out. I'm not really the type like saying, okay, I want something from this. No.
Man.
When I was younger, it was like I worked on my grades and stuff, and like that was kind of like a reward system.
I need Bailey to hang around my 20-year-old.
For real, because Bailey got it going on. He's like an expert child.
Mine is like, I'll be like, what's going on? I say, when is mommy jeans gonna kick in?
And,
I say, right now you working them daddy jeans.
And as for discipline, since I had an older sister that was 5 years older than me, whenever she got in trouble, I was like, oh, I need not do that.
Yeah, mine, they close. They like stick together.
Yeah, because it's like, first it was a whoopings, and then they took her door, then they took cell phones. Yeah, it went up.
Bailey, stop saying the story about when they took the door down, please. That just sounds like
I mean, taking the door.
Some out of a movie.
that's a horror story.
I'll be like,
It's not like they banged down the door. No, they took out the hinges and.
I can
took
see
the
my
whole door.
kids going crazy if I ever took that door. No, that'd be a whole
Not
different
the door,
episode.
like the whole door. Was
Yeah,
down.
that'd be a different episode.
Yeah, I
Man.
mean, she kept slamming the door. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Man, mine's they locked the door, and my husband be like, "Why you locking my door?"
Oh yeah, they question why you locked the door too.
Yeah, like I say, if we take the door off.
See, but you can't take a door off of a grown child.
Oh,
if they're
no.
18, 20 years old, how do you take their door?
Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute, that's my door. You can't take my door off. No, they're not paying no bills, but in their mind, you cannot remove my door.
Invading their privacy.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you can't do that. So how do you discipline a 20-year-old or
Yeah, a
18-year-old?
teenager. Yeah.
I don't know how you discipline teenagers. Everyone's different. I mean, you can't really.
I think that's why it's time for them to go. At 18, I think that's why most parents are like booting their children out at 18. Because it's like, after that, the child don't want to listen, and they do feel like they're entitled to everything because they're there. And so if they fall short somewhere, now it's like, oh, Mom, you got me? No, I don't have you. You have your own self. And then it's like a, back and forth thing. So I think that's why most parents boot their children at 18, because it's like a disconnect with the child.
I think it's kind of harsh a little bit.
Yeah, if you.
It's harsh?
Just a little bit, because what if they don't have the right tools they need when you kick them out?
Yeah, if they don't have. The
All
right
they gonna do
tools-
is end up coming right back. Like, well, you never taught me this, so I had to go out and learn the hard way. Now I'm in jail, or I'm something.
Either that, or they struggle really badly and they
Yeah.
resent you for it.
But then they feel entitled because they're there.
Yeah. That's why it's got to be structured. You got to let them know you 18, so this is what you finna do now. All that you used to do at 16, 17,
I don't know, because it's like when they get in the real world, then it's, they're expecting what their mom or dad is giving them in the household, where that should have already stopped probably 16, 17. Now we're 18.
right?
And we're still getting the same care. And then 19. And then 20. And now we're seeking counseling. And, we're going into the workforce. And we can't turn it on and off. We're still demanding and thinking that stuff is ours because we're, so used to getting it at home. I mean, 19. I had a friend that was 19. And she just thought she was a princess. Everywhere she went, she just felt she should get it. And she did not know how to accept no. And so she was only child, which most people are kind of making that a norm. Okay, she's only child. We know how to deal with her. But as a friend, I'm like, you don't get everything you want. Like, no.
Life don't work that way.
It does not work that way. And so she would cry. Like, the smallest things made her cry because she felt she was entitled to everything. I'm so used to getting this. I'm so used to having this. And my mom does this for me. I mean, it'd be the smallest things. So I felt like they messed up her life because they carried that on. I mean, we were 19 and this was happening. And so looking back, I'm like, oh my God, That was.
But how can you stop that with girls? Because my girls, I tell them they princesses all the time.
It still should be some type of structure and discipline, like you said. No matter.
Yeah, I tell them they be. But what you just said remind me of my 11-year-old.
Yeah, there should be structure and
Because
discipline.
she cried for every little thing. She was like, "Oh, mama, can I get a snack? Oh, not right now. You can get one later." She crying. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, I didn't say
no.
Yeah, I didn't say no. I said not right now. But I'm hungry. She'll get to crying. I'm like,
She cried.
this your daddy's fault. That's what I'm gonna say. I thought it's her daddy's fault.
I was just say get a snack until we wait a little bit longer or something.
Yeah, I gotta keep reminding her, you becoming a big girl. Then she
Yeah.
like almost my height.
That's when you call grandma and then they get scared still.
Yeah, so I'm like, you can't be going to 6th grade throwing a fit. Like, how this gonna look on me? Like, yeah.
So when they don't correct it, it goes on and on and on.
Yeah, that's...
And then we end up with the 19-year-old who is still expecting stuff in society that they're getting from home. They don't know how to turn it off. Then Christmas. Okay, so Christmas comes. Are they supposed to receive all these gifts for Christmas? You're 19. Like, why do you expect to have all these things for Christmas? You're grown. First, you need to go get a job, and then you buy your own Christmas gifts. So, do y'all agree with that, or y'all feel like,
No, I
oh,
agree
they
with
still
that.
in our care?
I agree with that. My 21-year-old was like yesterday, "Ooh, mom, I'm sending you my Christmas list." What?
See?
I say, huh? Your Christmas list? Yeah, I'm sending you my Christmas list. Okay, I'm gonna send you mine too.
See, Miss Cleveland is confusing me because you just said.
That's what my
No,
21-year-old.
but you just said that you feel that it's harsh if we kick them out after 18.
We have to kick them out, but for them to think they finna keep getting spoiled while they in the house.
But they still in the house, so you're gonna buy all the other kids gifts, and you're not gonna buy them any.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, is that?
I mean, no, I
or
would
what
get
is
them.
that?
I mean, the big ones, I get them like stuff all during the year because they big, so they do stuff with me. But the little ones, they don't, because I have to teach them that. They didn't act like my oldest did. My oldest 3, they was play together, nice. My last 4, I think God tested me with these. I think He tested me. They'll never get along. They always fighting. Somebody in the mood swing. So I'm like, I gotta change some stuff around with them.
Okay.
They need structure, so they won't be 19-year-old crybabies.
Oh.
Don't say it again, baby. Did you say baby?
At 11, they're crying for everything. Give them something to cry about. That's what my parents did me. If you give me something to cry about, I don't want it.
Yes, I be trying not to whoop them.
But when you have a child that is so sensitive, you have to respect their emotions. So you don't want to just shut that down. It has to be something that they're trying to express to us that they can't express any other way but to cry.
Yeah, but if it's for the smallest of things, I mean, you can respect them and say, yeah, we can't do that right now. But if they keep on doing this, like, your word's not getting through to them.
Okay, so you can redirect them and go another route. But I just want to make it clear that it's okay to cry. Because I'm constantly hearing people saying that kids shouldn't cry, boys shouldn't cry.
Yes.
And that's just releasing an emotion and expressing something.
It's okay to express your emotions and cry and all that stuff, yeah.
But don't be a crybaby.
But don't overuse it. Don't overuse it.
So when you have someone that's so nice as Miss Cleveland, as a parent, and all you have to do is cry to get what you want, I mean, why not?
No, that is not correct.
That's what's it called? That's
Crying,
manipulating it.
Yeah,
like,
crying, it actually is like a trigger point. Because I don't like crying and whining. Like, what is you doing that for? Like, do you want me to be a mean parent? You want me to yell at you? No, I'm just saying, well, then stop it. Stop, don't do that.
Yeah, like
You keep doing that and you're not listening. And I'm being nice saying, you can get it later and you keep crying. Then I'm going to say, no. I tell them they acting like Coco Miller when they do all of that.
Oh,
Because that's a baby show.
Yeah, that's
I've seen that one parent, the child keep begging and crying for it, and then the parent just be like, here, there you go. Get out my face. Here you go. And now they have won. They succeed.
That's like sometimes. That's my
See?
husband. That's sometimes.
So you are like that.
That's sometimes. Because
That's giving in.
that's something. Because then it's either that or I'm going to give them something to cry for. And then they always say you should not whoop a child when you upset.
Okay.
Or when you're mad.
That's when you pass it on to the partner.
I'm thinking that we just need to be firm. So if you are the one that says, here, just take it, just get out my face, that's falling into the cracks. That's not fixing the actual problem. And so they are going to continue to cry, because now every time I cry and make mommy frustrated, she just say, here you go, get out my face.
Yeah, you pretty much get the okay right there.
Yeah. So she's going to constantly do that, Miss Cleveland.
My mom is telling me to do that with my oldest son. She was saying, no, you need to start telling him no. He getting too comfortable. When he
They
keep
be working
asking,
on Miss Cleveland
you
over
you
there.
keep asking, then you give in to him. No, you can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, mama, but you don't have a car. Okay. That mean he 20. He got to get out there and work and save for a car. He got money. He do. He the type that he'll save his money and ask me to buy it.
What?
See, the 20-year-old, he don't have to
He saves
even
his
worry.
money, but then he asks you to buy.
He shouldn't even never move out because Miss Cleveland got him, okay?
No, like
No, because I tells him no. It's just irritating. So I be like, when is mommy jeans gonna kick in?
Oh
You
God.
are a young man. Men don't act like this. You acting like daddy jeans.
Miss Cleveland is just.
I need you to be an independent man, because like you say, you get in a relationship. I ask that all the time. How are you with your girlfriend? How are you with her? Do she pay for everything? Because you know men don't do that.
Oh,
Real men don't allow a woman to pay for everything.
no.
He be like, no.
Miss Cleveland is gonna pay for everything.
Nuh-uh. Mommy say I be telling him I gotta get stuff for the house.
So how do we prevent? I want to say how do we prevent manipulation? But how do we?
I mean, that's kind of what it is.
It does sound like that manipulating Miss Cleveland. I feel bad for her.
It's just my
How
bottle
do
of
we
wine.
prevent all of this from happening? Like the kids being entitled, because when you have different personalities, like when you have all the children in one household, they basically feed off of each other, so they see how they can get through, and so that's
To which parent too?
yeah. I think that's what makes it challenging.
I think both parents need to be on the same page.
Oh,
So if one say no, then they go cry and whoop to the other one, and I'm like, where'd you get that from? Oh, daddy gave it to me. Okay.
Yeah.
I said, you gonna keep that one. I said, I'm gonna go talk to daddy in a minute.
so what does that do? Like when it's time for them to go live in society, like do you feel like that's an impact on them?
It is. I think it is.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. Especially like when they don't get their way, they throw a tantrum or they react like with aggression because they're so used to mom and dad just falling for it, you know. And then they get to school and it's like, oh, you know, no, you can't have this. And then they go crazy. And then they start calling mom and dad. And mom and dad on the phone trying to make peace. But knowing they be at home just saying yes about everything to the children.
Yeah, that is hard because you can't really whoop them like
See?
that. Like, you know, like in the
So
old
how
days.
do you prevent this? If we can't whoop them, we can barely tell them no. We just have to keep giving to them, right?
Barely tell them no. Just tell them no. I'll just tell them no.
I don't really see that it's a solution unless someone else have.
I'm gonna do like Bailey parents. I ain't gonna take the door, but I'm gonna take some other measures. My next step is taking the TV because I have TVs in their room. So my next step, not the door, but the TV. But then I ain't got nowhere to put the
But
TV.
you can take everything, but if they still feel like they entitled, that's not preventing it. By you taking something, how is that preventing them from feeling like they should still get a birthday party? Or, you know, how does...
Do they still get birthday parties? Good time they don't.
Oh, the big ones?
Yes.
No.
Okay, good.
Look how she looking. You all right. We gotta watch this Cleveland.
I mean, no, but I still do. If they come to me or come to the house, I cook them whatever they want to eat for their birthdays. Now, the little ones, they get the whole weekend.
Okay, but if you didn't do that, do they feel like you should have done it?
Yes.
They throw a fit.
They be like, we ain't getting no party this year. Okay.
You're older and they're younger than you, so of course.
or if I get a cake, well, we didn't go nowhere. They didn't take us nowhere. You don't need to go nowhere. Go in the backyard. That's what I tell them. Go in the backyard.
Okay.
We need a party. Why y'all need a party? I have a lot of toys in the room.
I'll get you a party hat, and then you can have a party by yourself.
So I gotta take some stuff away.
So I guess the question now is, why is this important? Like, why do we believe that entitlement is important? I mean, is it an important factor?
I think we just need to stop saying yes all the time.
Yeah, don't say yes.
I mean, like you say, it's okay to cry. So you want to throw a fit, you can cry for a good, I ain't gonna say 5 minutes because that's too long. I'm gonna say 3, and then we're gonna give you some extra stuff to cry about. If you know what I mean. If you don't be quiet.
Okay. So we
need to
have
be more firmer.
Have our little segment in each episode where it says it goes back to the parent. Oh. So all of this goes back to the parent, right? The parent saying no, but then the child cried, and now the parent is saying yes. So I think that creates the entitlement. So the parent needs to be consistent with their discipline. They need to be consistent with their feedback. If it's no, it's no. Right? And so we don't want to get agitated and just say, oh, yeah, go ahead, because you're making me upset and I don't feel like dealing with it. We need to continue to say no if it's no.
Yeah.
And we can't say yes to everything, especially if they did not get rewarded for it. So, like, if they were bad all day, or if they had a bad day at school, and when they come home and we're just, giving no discipline, and we're just giving them, freedom, that causes them to feel like they're entitled. So I think the parents need to know where it comes from. And I think
where to draw the line?
Yes, where to draw the line. Because I feel like, even me sometimes, like when I'm not in the mood or when I'm busy, I could be on a phone call and here come my child asking for stuff, and I'm like, here. Knowing that they had some type of situation earlier in the day, or they did not deserve what they're asking for. But because I'm on a call, I would just say, yes, go ahead. So that at that moment, I am not following through. Like, I am going against my parenting skills, because I should not be making my child feel like they are entitled to something because I'm on the phone.
Just because they asked for it.
That means they're going to seek you out again when you're on the phone.
Yep. Man. And that's normally what happens. Oh, as soon as I get on the phone.
Oh, they know the game. They know the game already.
They know when I'm on the phone because I'm not paying attention. Mm-hmm. Can I have some candy? I'm like, go ahead, get a few of them. So we have to do our part as parents to understand what it means, and I think that's where we struggle. And each episode, we realize that it's really the parents, like it falls on them.
Okay, wait a minute, but what about these kids that don't really have a lot? Their parents say no all the time. Then when they get grown, they feel like they're entitled because they didn't get it when they was growing up.
That's
you got some of them kids too.
So with those, we can't say, because the past is the past. Mm-hmm. So what we can do is try to offer them services where they can understand, from where they're at that moment. So we're never going to be able to tackle all the situations. And so there are some situations where it's uncontrollable. Like when you have children who were told no all their lives, and then when they're grown, it's like, the dragon is released. We only can provide services for them. We can't talk about, what happened in the past. Mm-hmm. And so that may be that situation.
Just hope they understand the reason why you said no back then. Like, could have been a financial situation going on. You never know.
Yeah. And you do have a lot of adults that are like that. Young adults that are like that because they were told no all their childhood. Like at the moment that they're young adults, 18, 19, 20, they feel like everything should be a yes. Mm-hmm.
They're not accepting the no.
They're not accepting the no. Mm-hmm. And so that's where they start acting out, and that's where they start being disrespectful, because now they're demanding to be told yes, or they're demanding that things should be handed to them because they had to struggle all their childhood. So, it still falls on the parent, because if the parent was telling a child no all their childhood, why? They didn't ask to be here.
They didn't. they didn't. But they are.
So we have to figure out how to avoid the children growing up. And so that's the good thing about youth, because you still have some time there when you can kind of like, shift them. Compared to like dealing with adults, they're already stuck in their ways. They already went through the trauma. But dealing with youth, you still kind of have some time where you can kind of like, kind of maneuver things. Mm-hmm. And so we need to figure out how to avoid the entitlement phases of youth.
And to teach them why hearing no is okay sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's important to hear no sometimes and yes sometimes.
Yeah. And I think it comes with communication too, because we have to know how to communicate no. Sometimes when it's just no, I think it needs to come with an explanation, and sometimes we miss that. As parents, we just feel like we're the adult, you're the child, I said no, no is no. And I think if we say no and say why, I think that will help the child understand. Mm-hmm. And we miss that in parenting.
Like saying no to candy because you already had some.
Yes. Are you going to be at the dentist, because you have a, root canal or cavity? No, because of this.
Oh, you should show us a picture of cavities. They'll
exactly
get scared straight.
Give them an example. And that can smooth out things.
Okay, so how can you give an example with the electronic? Because I'll give in in a minute with the electronic. And they can just get away from me and give me some quiet.
So the electronics, I think we talked about this before, where we can give them other things except for that. So what other things? Books, cooking in the kitchen, building up that time to, bond without electronic devices.
Yeah. Do some Legos, let their craft mind.
And like it's the end of the world if I say I'm taking the phone or I don't have nothing to do. You have a lot of toys. You have books.
Or you could
trampoline in the backyard. They don't want to do none of that. They just want the electronic. So maybe I should, try some cooking because they've been asking to cook a lot.
Yeah. So you can say, no, we're not doing electronic devices. We're going to cook instead.
Yeah.
Make these cookies. Some sweet potato pies. No. So yeah, if we could do a no and an explanation, I think that can help out with the situation.
Yeah.
Even if we do a yes, I think yes and an explanation why is yes can help change things around too. That can help us avoid even going down that path where we're developing children that feel entitled. Because now it's a yes, but this is why it's yes. It's just not it's just not yes. It's yes because you deserved it. It's just because you did this, good in school and you were very respectful to your elders. This is why you get to be on your electronic device for 15 minutes.
Yeah, like you improved on your spelling test. You improved on your test. Your grades improved overall. Can I get a video game now? Yep.
Yeah, I think a yes and an explanation is very powerful. Mm-hmm. Very powerful.
Okay. I like what you said.
Okay.
Yes and an explanation.
Yeah.
And no and an explanation. And no is no. We can't keep crossing over that line, and I'm going to work on that. I am. That's going to be one of my goals I'm going to add to the list.
Okay.
Yes. So that goes with boundaries. So when we think of boundaries, children have boundaries and parents have boundaries. And so when you have that line, they should know not to cross it. And if they cross it, there should be some explanation or repercussion of, if they do cross it. But when you have that no in that explanation, that is the boundary. But if you say no and there is no explanation, it should be okay for them to cross the boundary because you didn't say why not to cross it.
No, they still can't cross the boundary.
You did not give a reason why not to do what you're telling them not to do.
That don't give them a reason to break. Two wrongs don't make a right. They still can't do that.
Yeah, that's the same.
No is no.
So that's where I have an issue with parents because if you're telling a child no and you don't give them an explanation as to why, it's a gray area there. And I feel like there should be some explanation why you're saying no. Because then we go back to the parenting where it say, I told you no, I told you stop, and zip your mouth. I'm the adult, you're the child. So even if the child is trying to tell you the house is on fire, you told them to zip it and don't say nothing. So you have to remember that. So we don't want that in our household where the children have no voice. Okay, we want to listen to. Remember what Treyvon had said, how he grew up, where his family gave the children a voice. The parents gave the children a voice. That's how we want our ideal household in our culture to be ran, where the children have a voice. Okay, and so if we telling them no, give them an explanation why. If they have some type of feedback, maybe you don't want to hear it right now, just tell them to save it for later, but make sure that we're allowing them to express themselves. And I think that will help us be able to minimize the entitlement. It may not remove it completely, but it will reduce it. Because now we're hearing both sides and we're creating that boundary. I think that's what we're missing, the boundaries in the household. And smoothing out the communication.
Yeah, I like that.
See, Miss Cleveland, she old school. She like, they should not cross if I say no.
Yeah, because sometimes even if you tell them the explanation, they still doing it.
Okay.
Like I already said, no, you can have it later. It's like it's not clicking.
Okay, but why? Why I can't have it now?
Because I said so. Because I said so. It's all
right.
No.
So this is not a parenting 101 podcast show. It's not, but because we're trying to draw awareness and it may help other parents. When you're telling them because I said so, that's going back into the direction that we don't want to promote. We want to promote a collaborative approach with our children in our household. So if we have a child that's saying why, if everything you say and it comes after that, it comes with the why, it's because we're not explaining or we're not communicating to our children.
In my house, they do not say why. They already know.
They already know.
In my house, if I say why is asking for a butt whooping.
Oh!
Because I've already told you, first of all, it's not snack time. It's not this. Y'all know the rules of the house. And I ask them, I say, do you ask the teacher, can you break the rules at school? And they be like, no. Well, then why you want to come home and break the rules?
Okay.
Don't do that. And then if you ask me why, no, I explain it to them, but then I also say no.
Okay.
Why do you want
So that sounds good. That sounds
yeah, so they know not to ask me why. I say, wait a minute, what my pill at? They say, no, I didn't say why. I'm just gonna go do it.
Wait, that sounds like some abuse going on over there. We have to send the people over there, like Treyvon said, get CPS involved.
I don't whoop them. I don't whoop them. I give them like a little slight thread, like this is gonna be the consequences if you don't listen. So they'll hurry up and be like, I didn't say why. She said why. Who said why?
The most forbidden word in the house.
Yeah, so I'm like, it is that, and they say shut up is still a cuss word.
Oh my God. It sounds like y'all be having so much fun over there.
It's too many different personalities for me.
I can see that.
You know, girls have different personalities, so it's different all the time. That's ridiculous. How you get to college and don't wash your own clothes?
Because they're spoiled like that.
Yeah, the parent been taking care of them in their laundry.
They don't know how to do their laundry.
But it's literally directions stuck on top of the washing machine. Yeah. Literally, it's stuck on the machine.
Yeah, I've seen some people.
Wow.
I didn't say anything, but I was judging silently.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness! Now,
yeah,
that's
when
ridiculous.
you get to college, you can see like how some people are raised based on what they do.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff be insane.
Especially since the first year they make you stay in the dorms. So.
Well,
my college is insane.
It is, man. I'm teaching I think my 9-year-old. She likes to help me with the laundry. So I showed her how to do the washing machine. So now she feel I'm gonna say entitled. Cause anytime I don't do it, it's okay. I do it. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Only me and mommy does the washing machine. So I'm like, okay, go ahead. Cause what if they get with somebody who don't know how to do anything?
So that's what I think we're messing up our children when we're not I don't want to say boot them early enough, but if we don't make them grow up or mature on their own at a certain time, we're messing them up to face the challenges they're going to have in society. Because like when they're in a relationship, when they're growing up to be married, or let's just say there's a child that want to get married at 21, but then they still have things that they feel like they're entitled to from their mother. Now in that relationship, they're going to struggle because they have all these things that they didn't learn it, or they don't know how to transition it. Because there are some things in the marriage, like when people get married young, that's why it doesn't work, because they still look for the mom or the dad to do stuff for them. And so I feel like, are we cursing them if we don't train them early enough as a parent? Are we cursing a child to grow up in society to be successful, like in a relationship or a friendship?
You said train?
Yeah, I feel like it's training, like teaching them the skills.
I would say more of teach, honestly. It sounds better to me.
Teach, train, okay. I think training is a good word because it's direct. Like as a parent, we're training our children. Me as an adult, I was trained by my parents. Like we could say teach, we could say train.
We get trained on jobs.
Yeah, we can say whatever.
That's fine.
But in our culture, we need to, I really think training would be a good word. I think that we're missing our training. A lot of times growing up, we miss our trainings. And it's different trainings that we need, like how to talk to people, how to communicate, how to accept no, how not to be defensive, to receive, direct criticism. All this stuff is stuff that we should have been trained in our household growing up. And so I use the word train because it just it's direct. And so a lot of times when we're speaking, we are trying to sugarcoat things. And I think that's where we kind of go wrong. Because stuff needs to be said a certain way so we don't get triggered. No, it needs to be direct so you can understand.
Yeah, the world's not sugarcoated. I know that for sure.
You're not.
So I use the word train. Well, we can say teach. We can say teach.
Teach, taught, train. It's fine now. But...
Okay. So yeah, I just think that we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of work to do, especially with youth. Releasing them into the world. We need to figure out like when is the good time to release them, because I remember they said 18. I moved to Texas and now it's 23, 25.
When is a good time to kick them out? I ain't gonna say kick them out. Boot them out. When is a good time? Because I say I want my kids to know if they're ever struggling in life, they can always come back home for a safety net for a brief period, not permanently. But some people kick them out and say, no, you can't come back.
I don't think we should kick our children out. I think that it should be more of a partnership. So at 18, it's not, the same as it was when you were 15 or 6. When you're 18, you're a young adult. So now it's a partnership. Just like Treyvon said, he helped his family out. Some children, they're like, I'm not helping you out with nothing. But as soon as Christmas comes, it's like, oh, is my gifts under the tree? Why do you deserve a gift under the tree?
No, I don't expect anything.
I don't get how you feel that you're entitled because you live here, and I'm buying everybody else gifts.
Or you the parent? They do that.
It just doesn't make sense to me. So at 18, I don't believe that we need to be kicking out our children. I feel like we need to turn it into a partnership now. Now this is a household and we're all trying to survive and everybody is helping.
We're trying to survive together.
Yes, exactly. So I think, how do we transition that at 18? Like,
when I was younger, as for Christmas, how you get gifts and stuff like that. As we grow up, we're taught that we receive less gifts because we're getting older, and then it just dwindles down. It's like, okay, cool. Most of the time, once you're to the end, it's like you're just there because you're being with family, right? You don't see them all the time, especially if your uncles live in like a different city or something, or a different state. You don't see them all the time, so you're just there to enjoy and be with family for that one time and period in a year. It's just about being together and all that stuff. It's not all about the presents. You gotta teach them that.
Yeah, that goes back to the parents. Because no, we don't want to put our children, especially our young boys, we don't want to put them out on the street if they're not ready. But they better not be trying to think that they get everything that they were getting when they were younger because they're still in the household.
Yeah, don't bring the police to the door, please.
Like, what is going on? So that's where I draw the line. I'm like, I don't agree with parents that put them out at 18, but I also believe that the child needs to start, being mature and looking for work and actually supporting. Like, shouldn't they be supporting the household instead of trying to receive? They should be contributing, right?
Yeah, make them pay their own phone bill.
Yeah.
Or doing other stuff too, like you say, it's a village now. Everybody is trying to survive now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm seeing a lot of. I'm seeing a lot of young adults who are still thinking, oh, my parents should still be having birthday parties for me, or I should still be getting clothes.
Yeah.
Can you believe that a 19-year-old expect for their mother to buy them shoes?
Just buy your own shoes.
Like, what is going on here?
I don't know, but I know I'm not the type to be attached to brands like that, so I don't know.
But still, just imagine your shoes getting old and you're expecting your mother to replace those shoes.
Oh, no, I'm replacing my shoes myself.
There are youth that are like that. There are 19, 20-year-olds expecting that from their mothers still. So that's why I'm thinking, like, how do we prevent this? I think we need some solutions on how to get them to understand that's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like you're entitled because you're still in the household? It's okay if you stay here, but it's not my responsibility to take care of you anymore. Mm-hmm. You gotta take care of yourself. So I just think that it needs to turn into a partnership, but I don't think parents know how to transition that because
start with the phone bill.
Wait, what you mean a partnership?
They like to be on their electronics.
What you mean a partnership?
Okay, so a partnership will be them contributing. Because now it's all of our household. But now you old enough to go work. You old enough to buy your own deodorant. You old enough to buy your own tennis shoes. And if you're dating, you shouldn't be dating in my house. You should go take your partner somewhere else. But it's okay if they come by. But being respectful, this is a partnership far as now we're all contributing. We're all adults. Even though you're still a young adult and you're still a child, this is a partnership because we all have to contribute to make sure that this household is successful. Okay? And if you don't want to contribute, then you need to go somewhere else. But you're not entitled to anything special because you're still home and you're 18 years old. So that's that's just my opinion. It can go anyway. But I feel like, what I believe in, we're not kicking our young adults to the curb at 18, but they need to be able to realize they need to start contributing. There are other cultures where they start young. I mean, 16, they're already working and paying bills. Okay? What's wrong with our culture? Why is it that we're struggling in that area? Our child get 18 and all of a sudden they don't realize they need to go work and help pay these bills. Why is it that we struggle with that?
I don't know.
So that's why I say we got work to do, and so we so blind with everything else that's going on in life. But I feel like the small things, where it's raising our children, we struggle and we are slacking in a lot of places, and that's one of the places that we're slacking is molding our young children to grow into adults. That transition is just slipping. We're not training them.
Oh, that's fine. Let's go ahead.
We're not training them on what to do when life starts happening, because life happens at 18 when you're done with high school. The world starts turning, and we need to start helping them with that transition. So, I can go on and talk about that, but if we as parents can help identify, those specific things on entitlement, I think that will help with the children that go on into society and what they're expecting. Because they get in the real world and they start expecting stuff. And it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Your mother did that for you, but this is real life. We're not doing that.
Like the president.
Yep.
Now that man is entitled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prime example right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much we determines what kind of individual they become.
Yes.
in the room.
Yes. And I don't think parents are understanding that. I think we don't have a clue. We don't have a clue that we're raising monsters. We're
Right.
We're raising heroes. We're raising all of these different.
Monsters.
I mean, yeah, because some people grow up to be monsters. Some
Yeah.
grow to be heroes, and it just depends on what we're raising. And we don't know until they get out into society on what they're raising. So, yeah. When you have a murderer, that murderer has parents. How do you think they got there? It had to be something in childhood, something that they were taught, something that they seen.
Something that wasn't communicated.
Yes. Something mental. And so parents normally don't take responsibility of a child or a adult that go and shoot up a school. You know, usually the parents that say, "Oh, I didn't know he was like that."
Are you talking about? You said adult that wants to go shoot up a school, but usually it's the actual kid in school doing it.
Yes, and you have some adults that go to the school as well.
Yeah, they do have some adults, but usually those, it happens.
Yeah, there are some situations where there are grown people that went and shot up that school, and guess what? The parent never steps up and say, "Oh, they had something going on in childhood that made me think he would do something like that." They never take any accountability.
They should sign them up for therapy or something to help them.
Yeah. So it just goes back to the parent, and I feel like the entitlement situation can just go crazy if it's not handled in a correct way. Like, it's so many things that can be impacted from feeling like you're entitled. And I've been there before. Like, I've been in a situation where I feel like, man, I deserve that. That should be mine because I did such and such and such. That should be mine. And I know how I feel, but you have to get into that reality to say, you know what, it must not be meant for you, or just being able to accept that, you know, maybe it's not my moment.
Yeah, not my moment. I'll probably find something else down the line.
Yeah. So just knowing how to, you know, offset that, I think would be good. Woo! So that was a good topic.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think so far? So now that we went over that topic, what do you guys think? What are you guys thinking?
Parents need to be more stricter.
No!
I ain't gonna say more stricter, but like you say, be more firm. No means no. And the explanation could work too, with the yes and the no, not just the no.
Yeah, explain the reasoning, and then, I don't know. But if they're crying and they're like, what, 11? Show them that crying don't work no more. Just kind of tune them out a little bit. Show them that it's not an effective means of using.
I'm still praying on that one.
Yeah, if they know they can use that against you, as soon as they know it don't work, they'll stop. Trust me.
No.
They don't stop?
No.
Even if you tune them out?
I can tune them out, but then it gets aggravating. Then
See, look.
and then I'm
Say
gonna get upset and be like, "What is you crying for?" Because I want it. Why? I said no. I said you can get it later, not right now. They still.
You need some noise canceling.
They still cry.
Miss Cleveland give in. I'm telling you guys.
So I'm like, oh my God.
That's when you slowly just take out the earplugs and just start rolling up and putting in your ear. Get some popcorn and just watch.
She ended up saying yes. I'm telling you guys what happened.
Yeah, sometimes.
See?
You can't give in, because once they know you can give in, they'll do it again. Just like me, when I was younger, I knew that even though my mom can say no, I can go to my dad and ask him. But he'll still send me to my mom, so it's like...
Mine is like that too, but then Daddy would still say yes and give it to me.
Yeah, my dad...
He would say, ask your mom. But then if they come back at me, man, just get it.
It always go back to her, though. So it's like...
He'll give in. He'll give in quick. Go get it.
Oh,
so I'm like, even though I said no, you know, the other parent gave in. So they can just shut up and be quiet. And then that makes me aggravated.
See, they're spoiling their children.
Yeah, I was like, even though 20, I'll give you something to cry about. Yeah, I stopped crying real quick.
Yeah, that one is really spoiled. I don't want her to get 19 to be crying. Somebody hurt her feelings. So I'm gonna need to do some of these when I go home.
Look, get her trained. All right, Treyvon. Every
Yes.
time I say trained, I think about
why do
you.
you have to keep thinking about it? Just say
Listen,
it.
get
Yes.
her trained right now. So when she get in that real world, when she start dating, she'll know how to handle it.
Yeah,
Seriously.
she'll get her heart broken a lot.
Right? Oh my goodness.
She'll be okay. Because Miss Cleveland going to get her right. She going to
Yeah,
start
as long as you're still
working with her
breathing,
right
it's
now.
always a chance for another better relationship or something like that. Another better opportunity. You might find something you like down the line that, oh, I'm glad I saved my money for this. Or something like that. I don't know. It's the world's harsh, but you just gotta go through it.
Yeah,
Miss
but then,
Cleveland got a princess over
yeah,
there.
too many princesses.
Yep. See, you can't tell princesses no.
That's
I
all
mean,
calling
some
them
of
princesses.
them you can.
When they get married, they still a princess. It does not even matter.
Some of them you can, but then you got that one that just
Wait,
feel
which
like
princess was I think it was Cinderella, right? With the mean stepsisters, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, they treat them like they're Cinderella. Be the mean stepsister and say no.
yeah.
All right, so we're going to end this topic right here. Is it safe to end here? You guys have some other things that you want to
Oh no, I'm good.
wiggle in?
No,
You
it's
I'm
good.
good.
Okay.
We talked about everything we wanted to talk about this time.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to deliver this information because I don't know, when we go over our topics, it just seems like parents don't understand until we mention it, and they can.
That's why I take some of the tips that we talk about and I try it at home and I come back, oh yeah, I tried that. I tried that and it worked.
All right.
So I take some of the tips and I go use them back.
Speaking of which, do the parental controls things work?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
Set the time and then there you go.
Yeah, those
Okay.
actually work.
So good. That's what we want. We want everybody to try out some of the strategies that we mentioned. And some stuff want to work and some don't. I mean, we would love to hear about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Trial and
guys
error.
put it in the comment section. Maybe you guys can reach out to us. But we would love to hear like some feedback on some of the things that we mentioned.
Or some of the things that y'all do.
Yeah.
Give us some tips.
Yes, give us some tips. I would love that. I would love that. All right. So my name is Renee.
My
Go ahead.
name, go ahead.
Miss Cleveland.
My name is Mr. Bailey.
Yay. Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
See you next time.
We're on.